In this short video, I'm going to explain to you why you need to get a mobile version of your website and why it'll give you a huge advantage over your competition if you do so sooner rather than later. So let's have a look at some figures. There are about 124 billion websites on the internet today, they reckon. And how many of those are mobile? Well, about 10 million, or 0.008 of 1% of the total websites. Now, to give you some idea of what that looks like, if we say the population of the USA is about 310 million, then it's like comparing that to the population of Sleepy Little Citrus Park, Florida, with its 25,000 inhabitants. That gives you some idea of the scale of the opportunity that lies out there for companies that go mobile now. And he confirmed that Google programmers are now doing work on mobile first, and that is in fact a change brackets of policy. And in case you're thinking, yeah, that's just for the big boys, right? Let me tell you that local search volume is growing at 50% every year. In 2010, there'll be about 1.5 billion local searches. 2011, over 2.25 billion local searches. By 2012, there'll be about 3.5 billion searches for local businesses like yours. And in case you're thinking, yeah, that's just all done on a PC, right? Well, in fact, whilst it's true that 80% of people who are looking to buy in a 10 to 20 mile local radius actually do research online before they do so, the number one method for accessing local information is in fact the mobile browser. And this was further confirmed by another bigwig from Google, Mike Steib, their Director of Emerging Platforms, who said Google has seen a 500% growth in local mobile search from 2008 to 2010, and a 67% increase in mobile queries in the last quarter alone. I think you're getting the picture here. So, instead of me just rabbiting on about this and giving you some numbers, let's take a look inside and have a look what this looks like in practice. So let's start looking at one of the big sites. This is the BBC News site, and as you can see on the desktop version, I really have to scroll around and up and down to see what's going on there. You can see the headline, Obama hails US operations, UK PM Blair criticised the successor. And if we just switch across to their mobile version, this is much easier to read. You can see the same headlines there. Very, very easy to see and to navigate around. So let's now just switch across to looking at another site. This is Localistic Marketing, which is one of our associate companies. And again, desktop version, very difficult to read anything. And if we actually want to navigate around, you have to zoom right in and to be able to get to the navigation. That's quite a high level of zoom you've got there. This is then the mobile version, much easier to read, much simpler, and of course that's part of the key. But again, everything you can read straight off the bat. And even if we go to the YouTube video, that plays. Can't turn this on this side for you to view on this instance, but you get the idea here. That just started right up as part of the app there. So let's now look at some of the menus, and if I click on the menu button, you get the drop down here. We'll choose the articles section, And in this we see we're going to see a series of articles, and you'll see that the dates are on there, and actually the months are different colours so as one can navigate around easily and see them. This is then one of the categories, and again you see them different colours for different dates. And if we look at one of the actual articles, that comes up no problem at all. We've got an image, we've got the text, very easy to read all in one go there. Alrighty, so let's go across and look at some sites that are not featuring a mobile. This is from Google, and this is Lawyers in Henderson, Nevada, and if I just click on the top one there, you'll see that this is actually in fact a listings site, and actually it's nigh on impossible to read any of that, so let's just reverse straight back out of that. Let's scroll down just so we can find a general lawyer's practice. Let's take this one, and as this comes up, generally desktop sites also take longer to load. Yes, nice looking site, but again nigh on impossible to read anything there or to navigate. So let's just try another one. Let's try this one here, and this is just one guy as a lawyer, I think. Again, very professional looking site, again difficult to read. Okay, let's look at another example. This is listers, so same kind of business in Basingstoke, the UK. We can see the local maps listing there. Let's just take the top one here. Sorry, this one here. Let's go for this one here. And again, a professional looking site, very difficult to read. So let's just go back. And what's interesting, the same also applies to AdWords. So if you're advertising on AdWords, I'm afraid that click there, whoever that is, has just cost you money. And what makes it even worse is that when you go to the site itself, really difficult. I mean, there's the boxes there to actually type in. People are just going to back straight out of that. So that's money down the drain. And if we look at one more of those as an example, there's also sponsored Google AdWords at the bottom of the page, and if we look at that, I mean, I'm not sure what that looks like on a desktop, but it's clearly hopeless on a mobile. So that gives you some idea of the comparisons of desktop versus mobile. So to find out more how going mobile can help your business, just click the link below this video and we'll see you on the next page.